Hi guys, today's video is about the best monthly paying dividend stocks. So these dividends will pay you every single month, unlike typically with dividends where they'll pay you every quarter of the year, or even some will pay yearly. This will pay you every single month, all of these dividends, and they're quite decent amounts considering that it's a monthly payment. So let's get started. Number one is Stag Industrial, and this is a company that owns a lot of commercial warehouses and things, and rents them out basically. And they have a dividend yield of 4.8%. And one of their biggest tenants is Amazon, and they have a lot of stuff related to sort of e-commerce, online purchases. So it's a solid buy for that long term. As we all know, online shopping's not going anywhere. It's retail you've got to be worried about. And as this, this company owns lots of warehouses that are used by, other companies for online sort of distribution and things, I don't see this dropping in value anytime soon. It's only going to increase. It's very safe. They also rent out to Ford, I believe, and Federal Express as well. So it's a solid option there. Decent dividend yield. It's probably one of the best that I'm going to mention here, just because it's very, very safe. It will just give you that constant return monthly, and you haven't got to worry about it really. So Stag Industrial is a good one. Next one we'll start with is LTC Properties, which is again a REIT. If you don't know what a REIT is, it's a real estate investment trust. So we're talking about companies here which own real estate, and that's how they earn their income, whether it be warehouses, commercial places, hospitals, hotels, cinemas, or you can get REITs as well that are mortgage REITs and things. But in regards to LTC, this is a company that specialises in sort of nursing homes, senior housing basically, where elderly people go when you're too old, they can't look after themselves, and things like that. So I think personally this is a solid one, because as humans in general are living longer than ever, and by the time we reach 2050 there's going to be twice as many elderly alive basically. Every year we're living longer than ever, with all this sort of advances in modern medicine and things. So a company that specialises in care for the elderly, when there are going to be double the amount of elderly within the next sort of 25-30 years, it's a safe bet really. As I said, 5.9% dividend yield there. Again, monthly paying. It's it's a no-brainer really. Put some money in that. I can't see that really ever having any issues. That's just a solid one. So on to the next one is Horizon. So Horizon is a company that gives finance to a lot of tech companies. So for that reason, obviously, we've seen how much tech companies have advanced over the last year, have increased in growth, huge amounts of growth. The stock prices have just absolutely shot up from most sort of tech companies and things like that. With what's happened in the last year, it's probably one of the only sectors that's seen a huge amount of growth really. So a company that finances those is also going to see a lot of growth. So Horizon's a safe one again. The dividend yield here is 9.3%, so a high one there. And earlier in the year, when it was March, the price did tank down to about $7, which is about half what it was before. It was up pretty much a high just before March, and it dropped down about half price. And since then it's increased. and it's pretty much recovered now. At the moment it's about $13 a share, so it's fairly cheap. You can invest in this with a small amount of money. Again, it's just it's financing tech companies, companies that are seeing a huge amount of growth. It's for that reason it's very safe, unless all the tech companies go out of business, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, you've only got to look at Apple, for example, which we've seen tremendous amounts of growth over the last 5 years from Apple. And now they've released the new M1 chip. There's talks of an Apple car deal with Hyundai. So tech companies in general are just really on the rise recently. As I said, it's one of the only sectors that's seen a huge amount of growth really. Most sort of sectors in the stock market have really dropped down a lot. Just because what's happened in the world. It was expected really, but tech, it's been a safe one, so, a really good one to invest in. So again, this company invests in those, finances those tech companies, and it's got a solid dividend yield. So Horizon, definitely a good one to try. Yes, so last one guys is Realty Income Corporation. Now this is again a REIT, which is a real estate investment trust, renting out different commercial properties and things. Now Realty, it has 606 consecutive monthly dividends paid. It's got 93 consecutive quarterly increases. There's a 15.3% compound average annual total return since 1994. So this is a great one. Realty operates in 49 different states as well as in the United Kingdom. They have tons of different commercial properties really, shopping malls and things like that. It's seen a huge amount of its rents have actually been paid, even during what's been happening. 94% of its rent has been paid, so only 6% are missing really, which is incredible considering what's happening at the moment. Now their dividend is a 4.76% dividend yield, so not as high as some of the others, but again this is a company that is very solid. You can look into itself. They're very well known as being a company that pay monthly dividends. That's probably what they're most well known for. I think that's their slogan or something. They're the monthly dividend company or something. So Realty Income Corporation, solid investment, 4.76%. It's always on the increase, as I said, since 1994. It's got a very good history of paying those dividends, every single month. 606 have been paid consecutively, so it's very, you can trust that it will be paid. It's on the increase as well, the dividends. So that it's just another good company to invest in really. My top pick would probably be what I mentioned first, was Stag Industrial, just because it's in a really good space, with its a lot of its commercial properties being related to e-commerce and buying online, which isn't going anywhere, and that they're always going to need warehouses, companies like Amazon. So if you're just going to pick one of these, I'll go with Stag Industrial. But all of them are certainly worth trying, and you can put a small amount in each one. They'll just give you constant monthly dividends, because one of the issues is with investing in stocks and the dividends is because it's paid quarterly in general, you've got to go a good few months there just on one payment, whilst if you're getting an amount every month, and these tend to be much higher dividends as well. Now if you compare them, for example, to Apple, which is one of my favourite companies to invest in at the moment, Apple only pay a 0.64% dividend yield. So all of these companies are way above that, and you'll see in how much they pay you that you will be getting a lot more each month. Obviously not as much long-term growth perhaps as Apple, but you know, you'll get a lot more cash, you know, in your pocket at the moment, you know, each month. So give these companies a try, have a look at them, see which one you think is best for you, and yeah, you know, put a bit of money in. So give the video a like guys, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.